Okay, so we are going to install MySQL. So the first thing we will do is to go ahead and download the latest MySQL Workbench. You can do that by going to your browser. Open the browser and you simply type MySQL database download. And from the list that comes, you simply look for this website, mysql.com, that downloads. So let me go ahead and click on that. Okay, so here we are inside the MySQL website and also under the download page. All right, so you can see different solutions here which they have. Okay, so the one that we are going to download is going to be the community download, this one. So you simply go to it and click. Okay, and you look for MySQL installer for Windows. Okay, so you click there. Okay, so as you can see, as of this time, the current version is version 8.0.35. Okay, and you can see you have the Microsoft Windows if your computer is running on Windows. If you are running on other operating systems, you simply search for your operating systems. Okay, so you just get there. So here you have two versions of download. The first one here is online version. Okay, it's a web version. You can see the web is written here. Okay, while the second one is an offline version, so you can see the difference in their size. While this one is just 2.1, it will simply allow you to download the shell and it will take care of the rest by downloading the content from the internet for you. This one has everything contained in it, so you can see the size is 266 MB. Okay, you click on download, and if you click on download, you will need to log in into Oracle account. So if you don't have the account, you will need to go to sign up and fill certain required information. Once you do sign up, you will be able to download. And if you already have the account, you simply log in to your account and you are just good to go. Okay, so you see, this is what you are supposed to fill. This form is what you are supposed to fill to create your account. Okay, I already have account with Oracle. In fact, I already downloaded the the software a couple of months ago, so I don't need to do another download right now. Instead, I will simply show you the process of installing. So you see, this is the one I downloaded a couple of months ago, and it is version 8.2.33. You saw the latest one is 0.35, right? Aha, so this one is 33, which is also very latest. All right, so let me go ahead and double click the installer to start installation. Okay, So here are different products which you can choose from. You have the developer, which is the default. You have server only, client only, full, custom. Okay, so like for you, just leave it for developer only. Okay, because this developer only also has what is there in the full, or the custom can allow you to choose what products to add and so on. Okay, so if you have because right now I'm connected to internet, then the system has checked my internet connection and will continue with the most updated things on the internet. But otherwise, you can simply use the offline installer. Right now I'm using online installer, even though it is the offline version. Okay, so let me simply go to next. Okay, and these are the things that are ready to be installed. Okay, MySQL Server 8.0.33 ready to install, MySQL Workbench, MySQL Shell, MySQL Router, MySQL documentation, and some examples, samples and examples. So you come over here, you click execute to execute. So this execution will take a while. So let me pause your recording until all the execution is done, then we will continue. Okay, so we are done with our installation. Now we'll move on to next. Okay, so the server, the router, and the samples, they are all ready to configure. You move to next. Okay, so you see right now, you see this is an indication that the specified port is already in use. Why? Because this XAMPP software is also using MySQL, and it is using the port 3306. 3306 is the default port for MySQL, but you can change it. So let me go ahead and change this to something like 3307, okay, which is not in use. All right, so you can actually do this. You simply change. I simply change the port to the 3307, since this one is already using 3306. So let me go to next. Okay, and you basically do nothing here. You simply move to next again. Okay, so here you want to specify the password for the root. You can choose any password. On a real production server, you need to specify a very strong password. But for my server, because this is just a testing something, I think I will just go with something very crazy, very simple, like 1 2 3 4. Okay, but make sure you use something better for your own. So again, 1 2 3 4. All right, so you see the password strength is weak. That is totally fine. If you want to add user, you can add user down here, but I think I'm okay with the root as the user and the password of 1 2 3 4. So let me go to next. Okay, and also you go to next. Okay, here is for granting the access to the user of Windows, whatever. You go to next. Okay, and you need to execute this to apply these configurations. So you click execute, and this doesn't take much time to be executed. Remember that port 3307 that I use is for my computer because I already have XAMPP installed. But on your computer, if you come to install, chances are you don't have any other port, any other service using that port 3306, then you will have no issue and you may not need to change that port. Okay, so all the configurations are done. We click finish, but we are not done yet. You need to move. If fine, just leave it and you just click on next. You can do the connection later. So let me move to next. Okay, so you can do the real testing here. You can see all the information has been taken, and you specify the password, which is 1234 in our own case, and you click on check. So you see the connection succeeded. So even if that previous one failed, it is totally fine. It doesn't really matter. As you move on, you can connect to the server next, and then you move to next. All right, so now you need to apply some two more configurations. You click execute, and they will be executed real quickly. Okay, so we are done. Let me click finish. Okay, then another next. All right, so we are finally finished. So let me go ahead and click finish. So on clicking finish, these two services will open. The shell will open, which is simply a CLI command line interface, and then the workbench, which is the graphical user interface, will also open. So let me click finish. So you see the shell, which is the command line interface. You can actually use this to manipulate your database and do other things with the database. Okay, but you can also use the workbench, which is what we will spend most of our time on. The workbench is trying to open itself because this is the first time that this database is being opened. It will take a while for certain little configurations to take place. Okay, so you see this one is just ready and you can literally start doing your things. But let me simply do quit. Let me just close this, and here we go. This is our MySQL workbench. If you are here, it means you are just good to go. Let me reduce the size here a little bit so that it fits on my screen. Okay, so it means you are just good to go. So you see this connection, which has the username of root, is the connection which you created earlier. This root is the default username. Of course, you can create other usernames, but for now I will be going with this root. I will click here. Okay, and then MySQL will try to connect me. So remember, my password is 1234. If you like, you can save the password involved so that the next time you want to log in, you do not need to supply the password. Remember, I advise you to use a strong password when you are using any production server or database. So let me go ahead and click OK. Okay, so here we are inside my SQL workbench. So what do we have here? That is going to be our next discussion tomorrow, inshallah, explaining everything that is here.